Okay, here we are, another video. This is Gary. I'm going to show you how to select dark hair from an image. And so let's just get started here. So the very first thing, as usual, is we look at our channels and we're trying to find edge contrast. Since we're interested in the hair, I'm going to zoom in and let's look at all the frizzies here. That's the red channel, green channel, blue channel. None of them are going to help us. So what we're going to do is go up to the image menu, calculations. Okay, it turns out that if we merge the red channel with the blue channel and use a blending mode of add with an offset of -100 and then invert them, actually we're going to merge the red channel with itself because it gives a slightly darker background. I'm going to hit OK. Now we have a new alpha channel, which is a selection, by the way. I'm going to hit it with levels. I'm working really fast here because I want to get this thing done in a reasonable amount of time. I'm going to darken the background without clamping off the hair. So bring the highlights brighter. Get some of that hair back, and I'm going to move the gamma slider to, to try and come up with a happy medium here. Okay, that's good enough for now. I'm going to hit OK. I'm going to go to my lasso tool. I'm going to select this area right up here because I'm having a problem with it. I'm going to go to levels. I'm going to darken the background. That's much better. Increase the hair. And move the gamma slider to try and get a... Going to hit OK. Drop that. Whoops. Drop the selection. Whoops. Okay. So I'm going to go down here. And I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to massage this area a little bit with the levels command. I'm trying to get as much contrast between the hair and the background as I possibly can. Darken the background. Increase the hair. Okay, not bad. Not great, but not bad. Okay, going to drop that. All right, I'm going to take a brush. For now, I'm going to leave it in normal mode and just paint black here. And now I'm going to switch the blending mode to overlay with the foreground color black. Actually, I'm going to make the foreground color white and watch what happens. I can thicken these hair selections now, which is a good thing. I'm going to get them as thick as I can because they need to show through later on. Sometimes this is very tedious work, I'm sorry to say, as usual. But if you're going to do it right, and this is actually working out pretty good, really. Got a nice dark background. I may lose some of this hair later on, but I think I'm going to be reasonably happy with this. I'm just trying to, thicken these hair. In overlay mode, with the foreground color white, the dark pixels are protected, and it only acts on the lighter pixels, which is a really neat trick when it comes to selecting out fine detail like hair. Before I learned this trick, I was basically pulling my hair out. Ba-dum-bum. Okay, just moving along here, trying to salvage as much of this hair as I can. Because the next step, we're going to do the opposite. We're going to paint with black. Might as well go up along her cheek. Like so. Get all that taken care of as long as we're here. There's a little bit of forehead area. All right. Now, I'm going to zoom out just a bit and make the foreground color black. Make the brush a little bigger. And now we're just going to go around the perimeter with black. I need to get enough of a black halo. Now, I've already made another selection of her body just to save time. I really didn't want to waste a lot of time. Since this is about hair, I just wanted to make this about the hair. All right, so now I've got a nice black halo around her, which gives me enough of a margin so I can go in with the lasso tool, like so. And I'm not going to worry about the book. I already have a selection for that. And I'm not really even going to worry about any of this stuff here. Going to come in here. Going to fill all that with black. All right, going to drop that selection. So we're almost done. That's pretty good. But there's actually one thing I do have to do. Again, with the lasso tool, this time I'm going to go on the inside and go along the white margin I created. Could have done a better job. Could have made my life a little easier, but I didn't. So coming down around here. I'm not going to worry about this because, like I said, once again, not to repeat myself, but I've already made another selection which I can add onto this one. All right, going to fill that with white, drop the selection, get my brush, get out of overlay mode, go back to normal mode, make the foreground color white. All right, that's actually pretty good. That's pretty good. So let's take the pre-selection I made before. I'm going to call that up as a selection, like so. And I'm going to fill it with white. I'm going to invert it. And because I can't fill the whole thing with black or I'll lose the hair that I selected, I'm just going to go around the bottom part of the border like this to complete. Okay, we're done. We've got a really good selection now. Oh, whoops. Okay, so now go back to RGB composite mode, and I'm gonna, all right, hold down the command key, the control key on the PC, and click on the alpha channel we just constructed. I'm gonna, with that selection active, I'm gonna hit the add layer mask tool, and voila, we have a pretty good layer mask, but not great. I'm gonna go to the bottom layer, the background layer, and I'm gonna go brightness contrast and lower the brightness of this thing, make it look like it's dusk. And you can see we have this light halo around our model. Okay, a little darker. Okay, so now I'm going to call this layer multiply. And I'm going to copy it. I'm going to call this layer normal. These are for the blending modes we're going to give them. Now I'm going to turn the top normal layer off, go to the multiply layer, and change its blending mode to multiply. And look at the edges of her hair, right? Exactly what we want. That's what we're looking for. Okay, so now I'm going to turn on the top layer. I'm going to click on its mask. I'm going to make the foreground color of my brush black, and I'm just going to go around the periphery of her head, revealing the multiply layer beneath it. This is a really neat trick, and it works great, and it's really easy to do. The hardest part is done, and even that wasn't all that hard. So I'm just going around the edge to reveal the underlying multiply layer, which allows us to reveal all those dark hair strands that we lost. And then if I zoom in here, I can even bring her eyelashes back. Right? Pretty neat. And up here, you just got to be careful not to go onto her skin, right? If I go onto her skin, that's what happens. So just be careful. So I'm painting on the mask, right? I'm painting on the top mask, and that's how this magic happens. Whoops. Make the foreground color black. Painting on the mask to reveal the underlying multiply layer along the edges to give us all that hair back. There's no other way you're going to get this much detailed in a selection. It really works great. And it's really not all that hard, right? You just got to remember to paint in overlay mode. There we go. Awesome. And I think we're done, and I think we've made it in 10 minutes. Oops, I missed a little bit of her cheek there. Got to get rid of that. Okay, so I believe that's it. I'm going to call it a day, and I'll see you next time, folks.